is Bitcoin ready for a major move towards the upside? Because yes, we saw this fake out towards the downside and we perfectly bounced off from the $25,000 level. So what could we expect? Are we going to break this major level and come back above this very important $29,000 level? Because guys, yes, we're getting this bearish inflation numbers. US CPI inflation rose to 3.7% in August versus the 3.6 which was anticipated from the overall market. But I don't think it has a major impact on the market, because what is really going to be important is in 7 days the next FOMC meeting with Fed Jerome Powell. But what can we expect? At the moment we have a 97% chance that we're going to see no rate hike, and this would be of course very bullish for the overall markets. But guys, let's go over to the charts. We're going to start directly on the daily chart for Bitcoin. And guys, if you like this update, smash up the like button and subscribe. So most importantly, we're going to start on the daily chart to really find out what is going to happen in the immediate short term. But we're also going to look at the dollar index, the Bitcoin dominance, and also at Solana and Shiba Inu. So make sure to watch the video until the end. So yes, on the daily chart we can see that Bitcoin is back above the 13 moving average. This of course is extremely bullish, and we saw this dump towards the downside. And yes, we got this major push back above this very important levels. But guys, we have to look at the price targets that we could reach if Bitcoin is finally going to break out even higher. So the first price target is going to be, yes, the 200 and also the 50 moving average crossing exactly here. And this is actually not a bullish case, that we're seeing that the 50 moving average is crossing the 200 moving average, but this would be our first price target because we can see a lot of resistance over here. And if we zoom out, yes guys, this is also a major resistance zone which we have to convert into a support, and this means the price movement has to come over this $27,000 level and ultimately break this trend line towards the upside. But we can also see that the 100 moving average, the yellow line, is exactly in these levels. So this is going to be a major level all the way up to this major resistance zone where we saw this breakdown from this major trend line. So this is going to be very important if we're going to get this bullish impulse even higher, that Bitcoin breaks this major level. But now we're going to look at something very interesting before we're going to go over to the 4-hour chart. And yes, it is the Bitcoin dominance. And we are seeing that the Bitcoin dominance is going up, and we can see that in the overall crypto market 49% of all the investors are holding Bitcoin. We can see that Bitcoin exactly in these levels on the 9th of January saw a massive pump towards the upside. And if we go over to the weekly chart and go exactly to the 9th of January, we can see that Bitcoin also had this major push towards the upside, exactly in the same levels. But let's go back over to the dominance, because yes, exactly in these levels we had the next major push towards the upside from the 43% level, and this was on the 13th of March. We saw this massive pump, and let's go on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. We can see that this was exactly in these levels where we had this dump towards the downside. Yes, we had this fake out, but we can see that Bitcoin had this massive pump afterwards. And let's go back to the dominance, and we can see that this was perfectly on the 5th of June. We had this major push all the way to the 52% level after seeing this correction towards the downside. And if we go over to the weekly chart of Bitcoin, yes, this was in the same time period, also on the 5th of June. And we saw this massive pump towards the upside for Bitcoin, reaching the high of $31,000 level. So guys, yes, at the moment on the weekly chart, we can see that this is extremely bullish, because first of all, we're seeing that the dominance is also breaking this trend line, and we could expect that the dominance is getting this major push towards the upside and maybe even going to form a double top before we're going to see the next correction towards the downside. And we could expect the altcoin season if we're going to break the 46% level. But guys, yes, on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, we can see that this is extremely bullish. We can also see, if we look at the price movement, we had this dump exactly here and we formed this bullish candle. And we can also see that the price movement also had this wick towards the downside. And at the moment on the weekly chart, if we're going to close the week with this green candle, we could expect that we're going to get this follow through all the way to at least the previous highs of around about $30,000 level. So guys, yes, this is my take on the weekly and also on the daily chart. But before we're going to go over to the 4-hour chart, let's go over to the dollar index. And on the dollar index, we can see, yes, I told you we're coming into this major resistance zone, and I told you we have two possible scenarios, that we're going to break this major resistance and come all the way back above the $105 level, or that we're going to see this retracement from this major resistance and come all the way back down. And yes, this is exactly what happened. We saw that the dollar index came all the way back down, all the way to the levels of $104, but at the moment from the CPI report we saw this push towards the upside, but at the moment we can see yes, we might form a double top and we could expect that the dollar index is going to come all the way back down to the $103 level, because yes, this would be a normal retracement after this massive pump towards the upside. Nothing can go up in a straight line, and also not the US dollar. But yes, let's go on the 4-hour chart to look at the immediate short term, and on the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin we can see that we are back in this range, exactly in between the $26,500 and above the $25,700. So if we're going to see this price movement continue, because if we look at this price movement, guys, this is just a major manipulation and a sideways movement, and this is very frustrating. If we're seeing the markets like this, we would like to see some volatility get back into the markets, that we are seeing major swings towards the upside and forming higher lows, and that we could expect that Bitcoin is going to see this major move above this major trend line, and that we could expect this pump, yes, all the way to this very important $29,000 level, where we're seeing a lot of confluence, a lot of resistance. And also, if we're going to take the Fibonacci retracement level, we're going to take it from the swing high all the way to the swing low, then yes guys, we can see the 61.8. So yes, we would like to see that the price movement continues even higher, and that we're going to reach the 61.8 and ultimately form a higher low, and also see that the price movement comes all the way back above the 78.6 and also the 88.6, which will be this major trend line round about the levels of $27,700. So guys, yes, if you want to trade all these moves, make sure to go down in the video description below, because there you find all the links to Bybit, OKX, and guys, yes, you can also trade it without KYC over on Fairdesk. And talking about Fairdesk, yes, they're having a major anniversary trading competition. So guys, yes, use the link and sign up and participate using my link in the video description below, because yes, we can see we have 1.8 million in prize money that you can win, and also a Tesla and a lot of prizes, guys. Even this Rolex Submariner, an iPhone, a 14-day Arctic cruise, and some major USDT bonuses that you can win. So yes, make use of this free money and go down and participate in the 2nd anniversary trading competition of Fairdesk. But guys, make sure to be in my free Telegram group where I post all of my trades. Because yes, if we go over to Bybit, I posted this trade in my Telegram group exactly in these levels that I went long on VET. And we are seeing that we had this massive pump towards the upside, but if we look at the price movement of VET, then we can see yes, we've got this horizontal resistance exactly in these levels, and this could give us the indication if we're going to break this neckline, we could expect this pump all the way to our price target of 0.017, because we can see yes, we have been forming this symmetrical triangle, and if we're going to look at the price target all the way from the top all the way to the bottom, then we can see that the take profit is exactly at the top here, and yes, we could expect some consolidation, maybe even retest this trend line before we're going to get this breakout even higher. And yes, I also opened this Bitcoin trade exactly at the levels of 26,000, where we saw this breakout, because we were forming this horizontal trend line and this major breakout point, and I opened the trade exactly here, and we saw this pump all the way up after the CPI report. Because yes, the numbers came in as expected, so this is just neutral for the market, and yes, I could expect that Bitcoin is going to break this major trend line, because as for VET, we can see this horizontal resistance that is going to be our neckline, and that we could expect a breakout towards the upside. And if we're going to look at the price target all the way from the top of the symmetrical triangle all the way to the bottom, let me just draw this a little bit lower, and now we're going to take it all the way to the potential breakout point, or not to the potential breakout point, but to our breakout point. Now we can see that our price target in the immediate short term would be all the way at the level of 26,664. So yes guys, and at the moment we are seeing this breakout, and yes, these are just small trades, but guys, I'm trying to show you with a small amount of money you can trade and earn some passive income. So if you want to trade all of these moves, first step, go down in the video description below and sign up to Bybit, or also to Fairdesk, or even OKX. And guys, make sure to be in my free Telegram group. But let's go over back to the charts. Because yes, we're going to look at Solana, and as I showed you in the previous video, that I expect a bounce from this major trend line that we have been holding for quite a while. And yes, exactly that is happening at the moment. And we are seeing that this trend line is really significant, because we had some major dumps exactly towards this level, and the price movement straight back bounced up. And at the moment we could see the same scenario happen, that we're going to bounce off, yes, from this trend line and also this major support. So yes, dollar cost average into Solana, and I bought even more Solana exactly in these levels of $18 because I could expect this major pump towards the upside. And yes, if you want to buy this on the spot market, go down in the video description below. But now we're going to look at, yes, Shiba Inu, a meme coin that I'm loading up on. And yes, we had this massive pump towards the upside. And guys, please keep in mind, this is a meme coin, so you should only invest a small amount of money. But if we're going to look at the profits that we can make all the way from the support all the way to the all-time high that we could reach in the next bull run, this would be 1,124% profit. So yes, I'm loading up on Shiba. I also bought Shiba before the previous bull run, exactly in these levels. But yes, I didn't sell the top, but this is exactly at my buying area. So I'm going to add even more to my position to hold it all the way to the previous all-time high. And yes, we could maybe even see a push even higher. But guys, yes, you should definitely have a strategy when you invest in these meme coins, because they can go up very quickly, but we can also see a quick dump towards the downside. And yes, I would buy exactly in these areas because we are at the bottom, guys, and this is exactly what you want to do: buy at the bottom and sell high. So let's go back to Bitcoin to find out if we already broke out. So yes, this is what I expect in the immediate short term, that Bitcoin is going to come to the top of this range all the way at the level of $26,600, where we got this major resistance. Yes guys, this is also the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. So this is what we like to see. We would like to see a pump all the way into this major resistance zone of the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, and then we would like to see this breakout all the way to the major resistance point, yes, the $27,800, which was this major local high. And this we want to break towards the upside. But yes, I think Bitcoin is in a bullish move, and we could expect to move even higher, because if we look at the weekly chart, then this weekly candle looks quite bullish, and it also looks like the previous one we saw exactly here, where we had this breakout towards the upside. And also, like I told you in the previous video, that this looks like a fractal. We had the same price movement. We saw this pump, consolidation, came all the way back down, had this wick, we had this pump, we have this downward sloping trend line, we saw this downward consolidation, we have this wick. And yes guys, I think we're going to see this pump all the way back into these regions, because a lot of people are still bearish and think we're going to break even lower all the way to the 25 and even the $20,000 level. Yes, this is possible, but at the moment I think that the whales are playing with us and that we're going to get this pump back to the local high. So if you like this video, make sure to smash up the like button and subscribe. This will really support my channel, and make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.